Hey y'all, so today I'm going to show y'all how to make a coconut cream pie. So what I have in front of me is just a store-bought pie crust. So I just followed the package instructions. So I let it thaw for about 15 minutes and then I pricked it with a fork and I baked it at 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. So this pie crust needs to cool completely for this recipe. So while it's cooling, we're going to go ahead and make our filling. Okay, y'all, so the first thing we want to do is take 4 egg yolks, which I already have here in my bowl. And to that, I'm going to add 1/4 of a cup of cornstarch. So I'm just going to add that right in, and then we're going to whisk that together and just break up those egg yolks. And hopefully you won't lose too much cornstarch in the process. Just until it's nice and mixed together. Put a little elbow grease in this. All right, that looks pretty good to me. Okay, so we are just going to set this bowl to the side. And we're going to move on with our next step. Okay, so I have my burner on medium heat and I have a non-stick saucepan here that I would definitely recommend using for this recipe if you have one. So I am going to go ahead and add a 14-ounce can of full-fat coconut milk. Stir that around a little bit. Okay, so that is our first ingredient. Okay, then we're going to add a cup of 1/2 and 1/2 to our coconut milk. Okay, and then we're going to add 2/3 of a cup of granulated sugar. Sorry if that's kind of loud. Okay, so that was 2/3 of a cup of granulated sugar. And then I'm also going to add 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt right in. All right, so let's whisk those 4 ingredients together. And then on medium heat, we're just going to bring this to a boil. And then after it comes to a boil, we're just going to boil it for 2 minutes. Okay, so our filling has been boiling for about 2 minutes. I'm going to turn the heat down to medium-low. And I'm going to give it another quick whisk. Now the next part is kind of tricky. We want to make sure that our egg yolks don't scramble. So we are going to temper our mixture. So I am going to show y'all how to do that. Okay, so I've got our egg and cornstarch mixture. That was our first step here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that right here. And then with my left hand, I'm just going to take out about a cup of the filling. And I am going to pour it into the mixture very slowly so that I can temper. So just watch me do this. So we're just going to do it real slow. because we don't want those yolks to scramble. Did y'all see how I did that? And then we're going to take our bowl, and we are going, you have to keep those yolks moving so that they don't scramble, and then we're going to pour it back in. And I'm going to make sure I get all of that mixture out of the bottom of the bowl. And then you're just going to keep on keeping it moving. So you don't want your eggs to scramble, so just keep it moving. And it's going to start sputtering. But look how that thickens up. It's that cornstarch. It gets it nice and thick. Okay, put that bowl to the side. Okay, so we're going to be really, really careful. We've got our heat on medium-low, and we are just going to keep whisking this mixture for 2 minutes. And then after 2 minutes, we will add the rest of our ingredients. Okay, y'all, so I took my saucepan off the burner because we need to remove it from the heat for the next few ingredients. So I am going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay, and then I'm going to add a whole cup of sweetened coconut flakes. This is a half cup measuring cup, so I have to fill it up twice. All right, perfect. And then our last ingredient we're going to add off the heat is a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Okay, and then we're just going to whisk that together. And this is going to be the best coconut cream pie you've ever had. So just get it nice and fully mixed. Make sure that butter is melted. Okay, I've got our pie crust, so let's pour it in. This looks like this is going to be a pretty full pie. Look how amazing our pie looks. This is an overflowing pie, but we made it all fit. And it is perfect. It smells amazing. If you love coconut, this is definitely the pie for you. So next I'm going to show y'all how to make a homemade whipped cream to go on top. And I am going to cover this with a piece of plastic wrap just to keep it from forming a film on top. And I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for 3 hours. Okay, y'all, so let's make some homemade whipped cream to go on top of our coconut cream pie. So I have my handheld mixer here in a large bowl. So to my bowl, I'm just going to add 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. So that's 1 and a half. I don't know why my recipe calls for a store-bought crust and homemade whipped cream. So I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to do what they said, and we're going to hope for the best, but not really. I know that this recipe is delicious, so that is why I'm sharing it with y'all. Okay, so 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream, and then I am going to add to that 3 tablespoons of confectioner sugar, or powdered sugar, whatever you want to call it. Just 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And then a whole teaspoon of vanilla. Wow, I got that all over myself. Okay, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract going in. Okay, sorry. Powdered sugar on my hands. Okay, all right, so now we're just gonna mix it up. I probably should turn the camera so y'all can see, but I'll show you when I get done. So we're just gonna mix it until it starts to form stiff peaks. Turn that up a bit. Okay, so this is perfect. This is like, if I mixed it anymore, it would be too much. So you can see it's just gonna look thicker. And that's how you know you're done. I may have just slightly over mixed it, but you know what? That's gonna be great. Okay, I'm gonna hold it up so y'all can see. So it's just gonna look like that. Just beautiful whipped cream, homemade. All right. So what I'm going to do is just put a lid on this, and I'm just going to put it in the fridge until we're ready to serve it. So when you put the whipped cream on top, y'all make sure you garnish it with some sweetened coconut flakes that you have left over. That just is the perfect finishing touch for your coconut cream pie. All right, I hope y'all enjoy this recipe. Let me know what you think.